Okay, bro. So this is how to be the most charismatic person in the room in 5 ways. Okay. Number one, smile. Number two is have your chest out by 1 centimeter than normal. Number three is eye contact. Number four is shake hands. And number five is ask about people's lives and take an interest in them. Okay. These are the 5 steps. Number one, smile. Smile as if you're seeing your boy you haven't seen in a long time, and you're just like, yes, mate, what's going on? Like, that type of energy is what you need to be the most charismatic person in any room that you enter, okay? Number two, chest out. Now, I got this from Tony Robbins. All you need to do, like, let's just say most normal people, they just like sit like this, right? They're just like slouching and stuff. All you need to do is roll your shoulders back ever so slightly, so your chest sticks out like 1 or 2 centimeters. So just like that. Now, it's subtle for the person, and it's not about the person. It's about what it does to your mind by when you do that. And it's like they say like your motion creates emotion, or that's another Tony Robbins phrase if you haven't heard it. It's like your body, when you move your body in certain ways, it creates emotion within you. So if you were to like put your arms up to the ceiling and you just like do some power shit and you just like, yes, I'm the fucking man, like you feel like the fucking man because you're putting yourself through these actions to kind of like initiate in your mind that you are the man, and then your body will make your mind feel like, okay, I'm the man, because I wouldn't be the man if I'm not doing these things. You see what I mean? So it's like laughing. It makes you instantly happy because you're like laughing in that moment, right? You can't be sad whilst laughing. So by having your chest out, you're just using that as this is what a confident person would do naturally without thinking anyway. And if you do it subconscious, like consciously, over time, it will become subconscious. It will be part of your habits and your repertoire, and like you're out doing it, and then you don't even know you're doing it, but your chest is out and people are just looking at you and you're like smiling and stuff like that, right? So that's two. Eye contact. This goes without saying. Now, if I was to come put my hand out and say just like, oh hey, my name is Jay. What's your? Oh yeah, okay, cool. Nice to meet you, John. And like, no one wants to meet that guy, bro. You want to be like, hey, what's your name? I can see your name tag, whatever. John, how you doing? Yeah, love to meet you. What's it like? What brings you to this event, or what brings you to this? Like, blah blah blah. No one gives a fuck. So eye contact is massive. If you don't do eye contact, whether it comes to like meeting a man or meeting a woman, it doesn't matter. Or meeting someone just like that you're potentially even trying to date. Like, if you're not using eye contact, they will just see you as like inferior to them. So it's a very subtle cue. But even if like you were to glance down for a quick second before that person does, it's like a power play, and they instantly lose the slight bit of respect for you. You may think I'm like bullshitting, but next time you do it and you're out doing it, just test it with someone walking on the street, for example. You're looking at them and then see who looks away first. If they look away, you kind of won a small little power battle between you two at the moment. And it could be a friendly interaction. Like, you could be walking, they've got the dog, for example, and you've got a dog, or you're just walking along the street and then you look at them and you smile, and then they like look, and then they look down. It just like, you instantly know that they have a little bit less confidence than you, and they know that too, and they're like, oh, he definitely has more confidence than me. Like, that's what they tell their mind, right? So if you hold eye contact and you're not wavering anywhere, you're not like, hey John, that quick glance down, that will ruin you. And it doesn't have to be super deep, but like, we're talking about being the most charismatic person in the room here. So let's just fucking keep the eye contact, smile through it, not like a fucking weirdo. Like smile through it, soft eyes, smile through it, and then like you'll be seen as way more like charming than creepy. Okay? Eye contact. That's number three. Number four, shake hands. The amount of people who don't know how to shake hands is fucking annoying. Have you ever gone to meet someone and then their handshake is just like a fucking wet fish, and it's like they give you these bits, and they give you that this, and it's all clammy and shit. So when you squeeze their hand, it's like, are you a wet fish, bruv? Give me your fucking like, get deep up in that handshake, man, and like give me a solid like shake. Pause. But yeah, the handshake is actually really underrated, because it's like, people think, oh yeah, I know how to shake hands. Bruv, you don't know how to shake hands. Like, a lot of people don't know how to shake hands. They don't do it. They don't look in the eyes when they do it. smile when they're doing it, like, I'd love to meet you, whatever. They just like, I'll shake hands, move on to the next person. Oh, who's this? Like, let me shake your hand as well. It's not like a conscious thing. You're like putting it, you're parking it to the side. You're thinking it's not as important as it is. It is actually really important. That's your first impression. That's your first piece of contact with that person. You need to put some like importance on that handshake, right? So again, to be the most charismatic person in the room, eye contact, smile, chest out, shake hands. When you go for the handshake, get right up in that thumb bit, solid, like not firm. Don't fucking try and break the hand like a dickhead. Just like couple shake, 1, 2, like really good to see you, or blah blah blah, right? Don't do too hard, don't do too soft. That's the main thing. Just be a nice firm handshake. Just practice on yourself right now. Like, that's a solid handshake. Yeah, get up in there. Yeah, oh, that's a good grip. That's a solid handshake. That guy, I can trust that guy. Rather than like the limp motherfuckers who are just like, oh god, I don't want to be around this person. Like, who shakes a hand, especially if you're a man, with like just tips? What kind of bullshit is this, bro? Like ancient king shit. Like, shake my fucking hand. Fuck you, mate. Anyway, last one. I'm getting into this one, boy. Number 5, ask about people's lives and take an interest in them. Now, this is, you need to be genuine with this, okay? This is not just like some fake BS technique, okay? You need to genuinely want to know about this person to be the most charismatic person in the room. So, and it could be anything. Like, if you go in with the mindset of curiosity, you will learn something. Like, you're going in there knowing, like, you will learn something. You're setting yourself up for a success. So let's just say I'm sat in front of this real boring fat motherfucker, and I don't want to learn anything from him. Like, he hasn't showered, like no one else is talking to him. But you know, I want to be like good, charismatic person. I want to, in my mind, I want to be like, nah, I'm not going to leave. Like, I don't want to. I want to leave it back. I want to leave a good impression with every single person, right? In whatever situation. It could be just like 2 people in the room and this is one of them, right? For example. But you're in a position where you need to leave a good impression. So I don't want to learn anything. Like on first glance, I don't want to learn anything from a fat motherfucker who's like not shaved in a week and it looks gross, and like their tops all like stained and shit. And you would think that you wouldn't want to learn anything from that person. But if you go in with that mindset, okay, this person clearly, like on the outside, doesn't give a fuck, but I wonder what happened to him today to make him come looking like this, like a fucking state, right? Or I wonder what his life is like at home. And it could just be for the sake of just genuinely finding out, but like, you don't want to come across as a dick, but like, you just want to be like, oh, okay, so where you from? Okay, what would you do? Oh, okay, you live over there. Okay, fantastic. What type of house you got? Okay, cool. And you just kind of like learn about that person. It could be anything, right? You want to ask a lot of questions in a friendly way, and just like try to find points of relevance and what's the word? Not relevance. Relatability. Points of relatability, so that you both can relate on a certain topic, and then you kind of like expand on that topic later. So you could be asking, right, oh, what school do you go to? What blah blah blah. What work do you do? Oh, you're an engineer. Oh, okay, I know about engineering. What type of engineer are you? IT engineer. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, I used to be a sound engineer, etc. And then you just kind of like talk about engineering in that specific like subcategory, for example. And that is literally how friends are made, and you know, connections are made, by having that small, like, you ask a ton of questions, you find one thing that you both kind of like are related, like can relate to, and then you ask more questions about that. If you both like that topic, you're going to now be friends, because you can talk about that topic forever. Now let's just say, back to this fat motherfucker, like, I don't want to be friends with him, but I just want to go in there to learn something. I'm just still going to learn about his life. Like, well, why is he in this position where he's like this right now, and like can like feels like he can act this way in this room, whereas everyone's like dressed up to the nine, everyone else is fit as like, they look incredible. Like, who is this guy? I wonder why he's here. Like, what authority does he have in the room and stuff like that, right? So you're going in with a genuinely curious mind to understand the people in the room, and that will help you to be the most charismatic person in the room. This can't be faked. If you try to fake any of these, to be honest, it just won't work. With the smile, if you just smile and then you can see that fake smile like people do, and then they turn around and like just do what I just did, like, yeah, okay, anyway, what's your name? Like, that's fake, right? You need to like have a genuine smile through your eyes. That is a genuine smile. The chest out. You want to keep this up the entire time, like not just like, okay, I'm fucking up, my fucking back hurts. No. Keep that shit up, because that will make you like confident throughout the entire time you're at this event. And eventually, to be honest, it becomes like second nature, and you're like just genuinely doing it because you're like, this is who you are now. The eye contact, you can't fake that, because like I said, if you look into someone's eyes and you look down, that looking down is proving that you are faking the eye contact in the first place. If you were genuinely like being able to hold eye contact for a long period of time, you would just look and you would smile and you like talk to them and like not need to look anywhere else. So eye contact, shake hands. Again, you can't fake a bad handshake. Like if it's a bad handshake, it's a bad handshake. Learn to do that. Do it right now with your own hand, and then do that from now for the rest of your life. Don't hold on too long. 1 or 2 seconds, 2 shakes. Like look into the eyes. Nice to meet you, etc. Keep it moving. And then finally, ask about people's lives. Take a genuine interest in their lives. You have to take a genuine interest, because if people are just being asked questions, and you can tell, like anyone who's talking to me and I can tell they're not genuinely like interested, I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. I give them very, very short answers to kind of like get them to fuck off. Whereas if you're like actually genuinely interested, people will be like if I'm genuinely interested, I'll be like, really? Like getting closer, and it's like, no, but hold on, wait. So. Go back to that last point. Just explain that to me. Like, you see, that is way more genuine than like, okay, yeah, tell me about that. Okay, cool. And now tell me about this. Okay, so what about, where are you from? Tell me about it. There's no, like, I don't care about the depth when I'm doing the latter. But the former, you can tell, like, there's a point that I really want you to explain because I'm really curious about it. You can't fake it. So, brother, that is how to become the most charismatic person in the room. I hope you use this advice. 5 little ways, 5 little tips there. But I think it's everything you need to be genuinely the most charismatic person in the room. All right. I hope to see you in the next video.